Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We got to talk about things, baby. As you enter the room, please hit like, share, subscribe. Let's go. Let's go. We got a lot to talk about. Step into the room. Step into the room. Please hit like, share, subscribe as you come into the room. We're not playing no games today. We're getting right on Diddy head top because I'm not understanding. I'm not understanding. I don't get it. Yeah. Let's go. Hit like, share, and subscribe. Hey. Yes, as you come into the room, please hit like, share, and subscribe as you come into the room. As you come into the room, please hit like, share, and subscribe as you enter into the room. We had some things to talk about this Sunday. I told you I was going to go live on Sunday. I wasn't playing with y'all. I wasn't playing with y'all. Hit like, share, and subscribe. Hey, everybody. Let's check my. Let's see. Let's see. Let's check my. Oh, I'm live. Just making sure I'm live. Please hit like, share, and subscribe as you enter into the room because I'm not understanding Diddy. Diddy Bop, Brother Love, Sean Combs. Somebody hit his cage, I mean his cell door. I mean his facilities. I mean his living quarters. Somebody tap on the gate and let Diddy know that I'm talking about him because I'm trying to understand. But before we even go, yeah, I'm trying to understand. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm trying to figure out why Diddy team. Somebody go tap on his cell, his cage, his living quarters, his mini mansion, his room, his domicile, his cave, his yeah. Somebody go tap on. I don't understand why Diddy people feel like they can start talking now. I don't understand. Okay, y'all got a small victory in a battle. Y'all need. Why do y'all feel like y'all can go and do interviews? But before we get into that, my name is Eve from Even Things. Please hit like, share, and subscribe because I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to figure it out. This is what we're doing today. As I'm talking to y'all on live, these two are already finished. These two are finished. I got two more in the window. These are going on a trip. You know what's funny? Let me tell y'all a little story before we get started on Diddy head top because he gonna be mad at me. Um, why I got two different clients, right? And they hit me up about a cup order. So I'm taking down the order, and they telling me the colors and the stuff that they going away. So my cups take more trips than I do. Listen, they fly overseas every time. So I'm like, all right. Come to find out, they both have the same colors, y'all. Green, hunter green, white, the mixed greens, which I'm doing today. These two cups is not in the same order. They're not from the same order. They are from two different orders. So I'm doing both of them at the same time. And they both got to go out this week. So I'm starting on one, two, three. This is one of the fifth cups. No, the sixth cup. This is number six. This is number six. If you want to order your cup, go in my DMs on Instagram, and we will fly your cup for free around the world, baby. These are the sippy cups. They come in all colors. This is part of the white bottom collection because they have a white bottom. These are from the white bottom collection, but they come in all colors, wine tumblers, all type of colors, all type of sizes. But anywho, let's get on Diddy. Yeah, because I'm trying to figure it out, y'all. I'm trying to figure out why his lawyers, his team, feel like they can go to the judge, right? They can go and do sit downs with and do interviews like he won, like he's out, like he's. I didn't understand it when his sons was out there doing push-ups because he didn't get charged for the RICO, but he was still in jail. I didn't understand that. No, he did not get charged for the RICO, but he's still in jail. So why are we out there doing push-ups and laps around the courtroom and all you and I didn't understand it. It wasn't like he was free. It wasn't like he was coming out. It wasn't like he was coming home. He's still in jail. So y'all did all of that showing out in front of the courtroom for what? Then Gina. Wasn't you supposed to testify? But you didn't, right? We didn't. No. So then why you felt like you can go write a 4-page letter to the judge and say that Diddy is this wonderful person and I feel like he's learned his lesson and I feel like he's just everything and when he needs to take care of his family and he needs to do all of the things. But then ain't you wait pause because I'm baffled. I'm baffled. How you write the judge a 4-page letter? Let's go back a couple of years. Ain't you the same one that did the interview with Tasha K and you was crying? I did it. He did it to me, and he punched me in my forehead, and then he when I was pregnant, he didn't even care, and he didn't even give me that, and then he beat me, and then he took me over there, and then he paid my rent over there, and then he did. I had to sip my coffee because I'm trying to figure out, is she delusional? Gina, they should lock you up right now for contempt. The reason why I say that is because, again, wasn't you supposed to testify? And then right after the verdict comes out, mysteriously, you just pop on up on TMZ's timeline and they just happen to catch you out in the parking lot with a brand new car. So let me get the timeline right with Sister Gina. It's Sunday and I just want to, let's bring, So you did the interview a couple of years ago with Tasha K, right? And how Diddy did all of the things, and he said, he did all of the things, and he didn't care about when I was pregnant. He just didn't care. He just didn't care. Yes, he was paying my bills and bills and bills and bills, and then and then years. Just bring it up to speed. Diddy trial. You were supposed to testify. You didn't come to court. Then let's speed up a couple of months. After the verdict. Then TMZ catches you in the parking lot. All of a sudden, you outside now. All of a sudden. But you couldn't come to court when you were saying that Diddy was a horrible person to Tasha K. And you did that while Tasha K was pregnant. And Tasha K was just looking at you like you was crazy. Shout out to Tasha K. Because then you wrote the judge, after you disrespected him by not coming to court, you wrote him a 4-page letter saying how wonderful this man is. First of all, do y'all not know that judges are human? I just want y'all to know that judges are human. The same internet that we have, they have. It's crazy. But you know, Sister Gina, that YouTube is on everybody's phones, right? It's like, because it's Google, it's underneath Google, right? So, you know how Google Maps and Google is automatically in the phone, automatically, you don't have to download those apps. You know, YouTube is automatically in your phone too when you first buy it. I don't care what type of phone it is. It can be a flip phone. YouTube, Google, and Google Maps is there. Those are the three apps that are always there all the time. Sister Gina. So, I hope y'all hitting like, share, and subscribe as y'all asking all these crazy questions. But I'm just trying to figure out why Sister Gina think that the judge don't have YouTube or the internet and he didn't see her on Tasha K. But then you wrote him a 4-page letter. First you was a victim. Now you an advocate for Diddy. How you... Now you... And then you get mad at the critics. You get mad at the people inside the comments, and you get mad at them talking about, oh, I can forgive people and I can do this and I can. Nobody said you couldn't forgive, Gina. No, 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 no. Don't try to make it seem like nobody didn't say you couldn't forgive Diddy. But we just need you to pick a side, and we don't need you to pick our side or Diddy's side. We need you to really pick yourself. We really need you to pick up an application. Because, see, that's the problem right there with you, Sister Gina. You need an application for a job so you can pay your bills. Because, see, here's the thing. You done got bought and sold a couple of times. Okay? And we trying to figure out why you mad at us. Because we criticizing your little 4-page letter. Because we're trying to figure out what's going on with you. Maybe you need to go inside the jail. Maybe, you know what? Maybe she needs to go to jail. For disrespecting the court. Yeah. Because I'm trying to figure out. And okay, let's get off Sister Gina for a moment. Just for a little moment. Just for a smid bit. Why is Diddy's lawyers doing interviews? Oh yeah, because we spoke to Diddy and what he's gonna do with his future when he comes out of jail. Who said he was coming out of jail? Who told y'all that? He go back to court in October, right? He didn't get found not guilty on all charges because he will be out of jail, right? So him still there, right? Him locked up. They won't let him out. He keep trying to give up that lousy 50 M's, and the judge keep denying his bond, right? So then why do y'all feel like y'all can go, right? This is the thing I don't understand. Why do y'all feel like y'all can go and do an interview with multiple sources of media and say that Diddy's coming home? Who told y'all that? Whom? Who was the people that told y'all that Diddy was coming home? Who told y'all that? I just want to know. Because the way they saying it, it's like they know. Oh, when he gets out of jail, he's going to be in Madison Square Garden. Huh? What? When he get out of what? He's going to be where? Who's going? Let me tell you something. R. Kelly got a better chance of coming home, getting out of jail, and packing out Madison Square Garden than Diddy did. Listen. I'm just speaking facts. I'm just telling y'all what I feel and what I know. All the things are alleged. That's my opinions. I'm just trying to figure out why did he think that he is going to pack out Madison Square Garden. What is he going to say? What is he going to sing? What song? What song he got by himself? Know the catalog. Go look it up. Go leave the chat. Go look it up right now. What song? What song did he got by himself that he's gonna hum? Here's the thing. Diddy. Somebody bang on his cage door and let him know he don't got no friends. Go hit the cell block D door. Yeah, cell block D. Open up. Yeah, Diddy, you don't got no friends. Nobody. You forgot you ain't had no witnesses on your behalf. Let's be clear. You didn't have my necklace. It says Yvette, my middle name, which is my mother's name too. It says Yvette. Anyway, Diddy. You don't have no friends. So. Why do you think you coming out of jail to pack out Madison Square Garden? What you see? Here's the thing. People don't like it. I'ma speak the facts. Y'all may not like R. Kelly, the man, right? But y'all like the music, right? So let's just separate the man from the music. Let's do both. We're gonna do Diddy and we're gonna do Kelly. Robbie can go do Trapped in the Closet right now. He can sell out Madison Square Garden, the Barclay, and one of them stadiums right now. He can get out of jail right now. This is how much people love Robert. He can get out of jail right now and sell out Madison Square Garden. He might even listen. He can sell out Madison Square Garden, the Barclay, and one of them stadiums right now. And because we're doing both catalogs, right? We're gonna put them side by side. He can do a lot of songs by himself. He can do the whole Trap in the Closet. Him can do I Believe I Can Fly by himself. He can do When the Woman's Fed Up. He wrote all of those. He performed all of those. Those are solo hits. What solo hit do Diddy got that he can pack out Madison Square Garden? What is he gonna say? Nobody's his friend. What are you gonna say? What are you gonna say? And the one person that was his friend, right? The one person that was his friend is deceased, Biggie Smalls. And here's the thing. This is why Biggie Smalls couldn't be alive right now, because he would have to pick. Remember, Biggie was doing his own thing. He was about to do his own record label. So Diddy Bop, Diddy did it, Brother Love. Where do you think that you can sell out Madison Square Garden? I'm gonna be and here's the thing. We didn't hear Diddy say this out his mouth. I'm mad again at the lawyers. The lawyers came out and said, yeah, because we were speaking to Diddy about what is he going to do with his life and blah, 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 blah. And he told you he was going to be in Madison Square Garden. Doing what? Balloon tricks? Comedy? Because he damn sure ain't sing nothing. He going to sing a couple of choruses. I need a girl to ride. He's going to sing choruses. All the songs, if I name 5 Diddy songs right now, all of those Diddy songs have somebody on them. Every Step I Take, All about the Benjamins. I Need a Girl, part one, two, and three. Yeah, take this money. Yeah, that's G Dep. Like, I don't. What are you gonna sing? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? But I can damn sure name Trapped in the Closet, Woman's Fed Up, I Can Believe I Can Fly, In the Kitchen. R. Kelly has massive hits alone. And then you know what else he can do? He can then turn around and sing some of those songs that he wrote for other people. Yeah, because he wrote a lot of songs for the people, the white people, all types of people. So what again? What are you gonna sing? That's why I'm mad with the lawyers, because I don't understand why the lawyers is. It's like everybody's a little bit too thirsty. Everybody want to be in the light. Yeah, because Diddy told such and such to stay in the light. So everybody want to be in the light. Everybody, it's like the Diddy trial is over. Nobody knows what to do with themselves. Oh my goodness, I need to go do interviews now. Why? Why do you feel the need to go do interviews? Why? The trial is not over. Yeah, the trial part of it is over. The judge has not rendered his decision on how many years this man is going to get. But and yet, y'all got Gina writing a 4-page letter to the judge after she don't disrespected the court by not coming to court. But now she's writing a 4-page letter and she's mad at us for talking about it. I don't get it. I do not get how she's writing a 4-page letter to the judge after not coming to court. Why nobody ain't put out a warrant for her arrest? Why nobody never get arrested? Why when you... Wouldn't that be contempt? Right? Because she never showed up. Here's the thing. Wasn't it a federal, higher up in the court? It was a federal investigation, right? And the Fed subpoenaed her, right? So why does she get to turn around and write a 4-page letter? Why? Why? Oh, because he needs to take care of his kids. Most of the majority of that man's kids is grown. That's number one. They grown. Mind your business. You just want your bills paid. You need a job. Listen, you need a job. Hey, Mexico. I just want to know what is going on with everybody surrounding this Diddy case. Why is your lawyers... Okay, here's the thing. You don't see Tony Bugsy out here giving out statements talking about he spoke to the I. Tony Bugsy ain't out here telling y'all who he spoke to. He not out here doing interviews. Why is your lawyers, Diddy? Why is your two main lawyers out here doing interviews? Saying, and you telling them what you're going to do when you get out of jail. What happened to, we're going to cross that road when we get there? Because we're not there yet. Again, we are in August. You have the whole September to go, to even when you even get to October. And y'all don't know what this judge is going to say. He don't really have to go by what the jury did. They don't did their job. Now it's time for sentencing in October. So, why do you think that you're going to go free? Oh, he's going to be on home confinement. This is what the lawyer said to the interviewer. He's going to be on home confinement. So if him going to be on home confinement, right? If him, keyword is home confinement. So if that means he's going to be on house arrest, then how he going to be at Madison Square Garden again? I just want to know how him going to be there, y'all. How him going to be in two places at one time? I just want to know how he's going to be there, and everywhere at one time, y'all. he gonna be home, but at Madison Square Garden? Is he gonna do the concert from his home and put it on the big screen in Madison Square Garden? Because that's the only way he gonna be there at the same damn time. Because what are you talking about? His lawyers are really getting on my nerve because I don't even understand why we hearing from y'all. Y'all that's won that RICO part of it all, and y'all swear to God, y'all did a big victory lap. Yes, y'all beat the RICO. Yes, that was a big part of the case. Yes, yes, and yes. But why are y'all out here talking like the man is not still locked up? Why are y'all talking about things that he spoke to y'all about? I don't even think he told you he was going to be at Madison Square Garden because that just don't even sound right. I don't even understand. I don't understand. I don't understand. That part don't sound right to me. Okay? It just don't sound right. Oh, Puffy said he was going to be at Madison Square Garden. I'm trying to bring it up real quick, y'all. Because I just want to... I don't understand. I really don't. I really don't, y'all. I'm trying to figure it out for me and you and the entire human race. I'm not understanding why y'all think that Diddy is gonna be on. Diddy's gonna be remaining in jail, and the part, and now he's saying that he's gonna be with Trump. He's gonna side with Trump so he can get out of jail. Here's the thing, Diddy. Why your lawyers just don't relax? And why they don't tell you to relax? Like, I don't understand what's going on. I really don't get it, y'all. I really don't. I don't understand why his lawyers don't say, listen, we need to shut up. Because at this point in time, listen, in order for us to try to get a pardon, we need to stay quiet. Your lawyers is out here lawyering. I don't understand. He should be released. How is he going to be released? I don't get that part. And Trump is not pardoning Diddy. Trump is petty. He's not pardoning no Diddy. No, he's not. He's not. He's just not. He's just not. He's not pardoning no Diddy. And maybe if you stop writing comments in the chat, you see that they're not coming up. But you're going to keep writing comments in the chat that's not coming up because you're writing disrespectful comments in the chat. Won't you go rest your fingers like they rested that case back in a couple of months ago? How about that? Rest your thumb fingers. It's not working.
The program today, and might I just say I got to see you deliver the closing arguments in the case, and you were an outstanding advocate for Mr. Combs.
Oh, thank you very much, and thanks so much for having me.
You're very welcome. So let's get into this bail package that you have proposed. I read your motion, and you talk about the exceptional facts of this case and how the way the Mann Act is being applied is kind of like one of a kind. Would you walk us through what you mean by that, please?
Sure. So the Mann Act was passed in 1910, and it's changed a few.
That's not the one I want y'all to hear.
Hi.
But my thing is, why is your lawyers doing an interview with major media outlets? Why is he opening his mouth, period? Why does he feel like he can speak on the behalf of you? Why do you even have your lawyers speaking on the behalf of you? And why do y'all feel like that's okay? I don't get it. Let's break down his lawyer's interview because the black lady that's interviewing him, I don't remember her name, but she looking at him like, are you freaking serious? Like, are you serious? So let's just break this one down.
Interview was me walking and talking with you and you just talking about the defense that you were building, and that was it. After that,
this is on the morning
we
show.
were pretty shut down during the trial by design. You know, we had asked the judge actually for a little bit of a gag order, and the judge gave it to us, so we had to and wanted to sort of abide by that and kind of keep it keep it, out of the press.
How you gonna ask the judge for a gag order on somebody else, and then after the gavel is banged and the decision has been made, after the whole trial, y'all come out and do interviews? Why do y'all think it was timely enough for y'all to do interviews? Y'all should have been doing interviews after we find out his sentencing, after the sentencing date, like in December. Give us an interview in November for Thanksgiving. Give us an interview for Christmas. But y'all felt like it was okay to come out here and do an interview before Labor Day, before the sentencing date in October. But okay, I digress. Let's keep going.
I mean, try the case in the courtroom, which we feel that we did.
So of course I want to start with July 2nd. You go up to the microphone, there's about a dozen microphones there, everyone's smiling. You step up first, you're the lead attorney for this case. Today is a great victory. It's a great victory for Sean Combs. It's a great victory for the jury system. You said you saw this coming.
Yeah, I saw it coming.
That morning.
I did. I saw it coming. I saw it coming that morning. When the jury said that they had verdicts on counts 2, 3, 4, and 5, but not on count 1, I thought that it must be that they split on the Mann Acts on the one side and then the sex trafficking on the other side, because it would have been all the way one or the other. They would have agreed, I think, on the racketeering conspiracy.
This is Diddy's lawyer talking about the whole trial and that day when they rendered their decision in X, Y, and Z. I don't want him to talk about that because it was just crazy. It was crazy.
So my guess.
So let's speed it up a little bit because I want to get to the part where you think he going to
built all the
MSG.
things that he built by being the front and center guy, and this was a real adjustment for him. And so I think it's not natural for him to sit back and let others speak on his behalf. But we also told him that was best and that's what was going to happen, and he agreed.
Was this the most challenging case that you've ever tried in your career?
That's a great question. It's up there. I mean, I've had missile trafficking, trials. I've had political corruption trials. When I was a prosecutor, I prosecuted serial killer hitmen. So they're all different. This was probably the most difficult in terms of getting the team together. I never had a defense team like in this case, and I was lucky to have such a great group of lawyers. But
from all over the country.
From all over the country. I mean, we had Brian Steele and Nicole Westmoreland from Atlanta. I mean, gifted.
He has so many lawyers and only 2 of y'all is talking. Ain't that something?
Even on the imperfections that I think he sees in himself, just like we all have. I think he wants to be a better, more present father than he's ever been. I think he wants to start small. I think he wants to get out of jail, reestablish, a loving, present relationship with all of his 7 children.
We think he wants to get out of jail. You know he wants to get out of jail because he don't put this thing together for the bond, like what, 6 times? And the judge just keep banging the gavel. No, denied. They keep denying him bond. So being that the judge keeps denying him bond, you would think the lawyers would not go do interviews, right? Wrong. Let's keep going.
Wants to take care of his mother. His mother is she's going to get mad at me. She's getting older. But she's beautiful and fashionable as always. But he wants to get back in his life. I think the larger goals are down the road. Does he want to get back into music? Does he want to get back into business? I think he's someone who is always going to strive to do something, exceptional and probably demanding and challenging. But I think the most demanding and challenging thing in front of him right now is to get back with his kids and get back with his mother and the people who love him and miss him.
So he's talked to you about getting back into music if he's
No. Honestly, he has not.
Okay.
One thing he said he's going to be back in Madison Square Garden.
He said that?
He did. He said to me he's going to be back in Madison Square Garden.
Doing what?
I guess being on stage. You know, I mean, and I said I'll be there. I mean, I'm going to be right in front. So we'll see. We'll make it happen.
So you talk to him every day. How long do these conversations typically last?
Sometimes 2 hours, sometimes 15 minutes, usually several times a day. You know, either on something called the VTC. It's like a Zoom setup. I go see him. I'm going to see him tomorrow morning. You know, so I spend a lot of time physically with him in the jail, but also on these videos.
You know, Mark, I know there's been so much celebration about what he was acquitted of, but he's still facing 2 felony convictions. Each count carries up to 10 years behind bars. Are you preparing him for the worst, or are you optimistic that he's not going to get a lot of time, if any time, or he'll get a pardon?
Right. The pardon, that's not my end of the business. I know really nothing about that.
But you're the lead attorney, and you know Nicole Westmoreland said that there have been conversations.
She did. She did. I know mostly what I know from what the president has said.
But wait, how are you the lead attorney?
You know,
And she's saying that the team has had conversations with the White House, with the administration.
I can just tell you what I have had conversations with nobody.
You haven't spoken to the president.
I have not. No, not. I have not spoken to the president. I have not spoken to anybody.
Pause. 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 Thank you. Pause. How are you the lead attorney, the front runner, the first at the combat, the first at the podium? You gave your closing remarks, and you don't know nothing about a party. You see what I'm saying? And the interviewer is good. Let me tell you why. Because she turned that question around again like, wait now. Hold on. How you don't know, but yet she's in other interviews, the second runner-up for the attorney. I forget her name. But she's out here doing interviews saying that y'all don't spoke with Trump people, and we believe it's gonna be, and this and that and the third, and blah blah blah. First of all, how are y'all a team and y'all doing interviews separately and saying different things? How is that possible? And this is why they shouldn't be doing interviews. Because it makes no sense for y'all to be doing interviews. He has not won nothing. Your client is still locked up. You just said out your own mouth that you called him on the Zoom. And you got to go see him in the BC jail tomorrow. So, how are y'all doing interviews? And you saying one way he gonna be an MSG, but then she's telling other people, oh yeah, we spoke to Trump, into this, into that, and it's gonna be a that, did it. What? Something ain't right here. They shouldn't be talking.
He speaks to the president about Sean Combs. I have not.
So she said, and I just want to quote, Nicole Westmoreland, who was a part of the team, said that it's her understanding that we have reached out and had conversations, that they have spoken to people who would be responsible for the pardon process. And at a time where I think there's a lot of attention, not just on the president and his actions, but on what will happen here with Sean Combs, you mean to tell me that you really have nothing to do with a possible pardon right now?
Nothing. I have nothing to do with a possible pardon. I mean, I have my hands full with sentencing and bail. I mean, really, I'm not involved at all. So,
okay.
Like I said, I know it's in.
You can be honest with me, right?
Of course I do. I'm on TV.
Okay.
I mean, it's.
Here's the thing. Okay, I gotta stop doing what I'm doing. The interviewer says, you can be honest with me, as she's looking him in the face and looking at him like, I know you're a lawyer, but somebody, either her or you, somebody is lying. Okay? And I'm going to keep it all the way a fact. I'm just going to say how my opinion is going. I believe he's lying. Because here's the thing. Why lie and say you reached out to people that can handle the pardon? Why would she lie about that? It's too much pardon talk for you to not know about a pardon, about your client. Sir, you knew everything in the courtroom, though. But now, I don't deal with the pardon. I'm trying to deal with the bail. I don't know what's going on with the pardon. I haven't spoke with Trump and his people. I don't know what's going on. It's a lot of that you're giving, sir. It's no way in the world that Diddy is your client. He's high profile, and you don't know nothing about a pardon. But the black attorney, the female, is getting out here saying everything about a pardon. How do we even know, the people, the public, how do we know about a pardon and you don't, sir? How? I'm asking y'all. How do y'all know about a pardon? Who put that on the table for us to talk about it today? How? How? But you don't know as his lead attorney. How do you not know that? You know why? Because now I gotta recover. I'm gonna have to save my own ass because I don't even know why she got out here talking about a pardon. You know why? Because y'all should not be talking. That's the problem right there. That is the problem that I'm talking about. And this is why I came to y'all today and I said, what in the Diddy is going on? How is it that she's telling other people in other interviews, we're going to break down her interview too, but how is she in the interview telling people about a pardon and you get in this interview and you don't even know what she's talking about? Like, no, I don't know about a pardon. No, not Diddy. I know my client is in jail. I need to handle his bail, and that's all I need to know. Yes, he needs to get home to his kids. Yes, we talked about him being in Madison Square Garden, but I don't know nothing about a pardon. How do you talk to your client about Madison Square Garden, but then don't talk to him about the Trump of it all? How? How is that possible? How is it that he's telling you to tell us that he's going to be in Madison Square Garden, but yet you too, you don't know nothing about a pardon? Boy, oh boy, people are trying to cover their behinds out here with this whole Diddy thing. That's what I feel. I feel like y'all trying to cover y'all behinds. That's what I feel. I feel like everybody wants to cover their own behinds now with this whole Diddy thing. I feel like they lawyers should not be speaking. I feel like y'all look crazy. Let's keep going.
I know it's out there. I know it's out there. I know that every once in a while the president will say something about it. I don't know how seriously the president's taking it. I don't know kind of where his mind is with it, but I know that I want to work really hard to get him a good sentence.
What is Sean Combs saying about the possibility of the pardon? Is he asking you, the team, see what you can do by any means necessary? Like, what is his take on what he's willing to do or go through to be free?
I think he knows I'm not political. So he doesn't talk to me about it at all. I mean, we've never discussed it other than I tell him what's in the news about it.
And what's his reaction? Does he laugh? Does he say, let's look into it? What does he say?
Go tell him that I need a pardon. Go tell him I deserve a pardon. That's what he said. Go tell him I deserve a pardon. And I say, all right, so let's talk about your sentencing.
Sir, and this is why the judge is going to be mad come October. Sir, she got you. The lady that tripped you up on a question that she just asked you. And for you to be a lawyer, you shouldn't be this slow. She just asked you about the pardon. You said you don't know nothing about the pardon. And then she asked you, how does Diddy feel about the pardon? And then he asked you to go ask Trump about the pardon. And then you said, yeah, we discussed it. But just a few minutes ago, you just said you did not know about it. How are you discussing something that you don't know nothing about? You might be a successful lawyer, but you are not successful at interviews. I'm just telling you what I know. She got you twice, and it's only been 17 minutes. We only got to the 17-minute mark in this interview, and she got him twice already about that same question with the Trump and the party. She got him twice already. She just asked you, sir, did you know about the pardon? You said, no, I don't know nothing about no pardon. I don't know what nobody's talking about. Then she turned the question around, sir, and then asked you again, sir. And then you just sat up there and said, yeah, me and Diddy discussed it. Yeah, he told me to go do X, Y, and Z. So why you, the lawyer, the lead attorney, gonna sit up here and act like you don't know nothing about a pardon and then turn right around and then say, well, we discussed it. This is why they shouldn't even be doing interviews. Hey, everybody, please hit like, share, and subscribe. We're discussing all things Diddy because I'm trying to understand why his lawyers is out here doing interviews and that you can tell, yeah, we on the team, but we are not on the same page. One lawyer is out here talking pardons. One lawyer is acting like he don't know nothing about the pardon. But then when the lady asks him about the pardon, now all of a sudden, him and Diddy discuss the, like, which one is it? Pick a side and stand on it. First of all, you wouldn't have to stand on anything if you didn't come out here and do interviews before October. Your client is going to be sentenced in October. All this makes your client look bad. I'm sorry. All of this that we've been discussing since I started this live makes your client look bad, thirsty, and ready to get out of jail. He's acting like a caged animal ready to rip himself out the jail cell. Please, somebody tell Diddy to sit down. Do a Diddy bop to the bench. Have a seat. You're going to be there a while. Simmer. Relax. Make a song called Relax while you're in there. Because that's what you're going to be doing. Because I don't believe you're going to get out on no bail, bond, none of that. You're not coming home. There's not going to be no house arrest. I don't believe it. Because y'all making the lawyer mad. And I'm going to tell you this. By even talking about a pardon before the sentencing, it's like giving a slap in the judge's face like, so y'all think that Trump is higher than the court? Is what y'all trying to say? And maybe he might be the president. But I dare Trump come over here and pardon you after I give you this easy 15. Yeah, because I believe he's fitting to get 10 to 15, at least 10 to 6. It ain't going to be no time served. If Diddy come out with time served, somebody is on his side, like nationwide. It's no way he's coming out of here Diddy bopping with time serving house arrest. After all of the things that y'all are doing. Y'all are so disrespectful to that judge, it doesn't even make no sense. You disrespected yourself and your client by coming up here, acting like you didn't know nothing about a pardon, and then spin the block, not even a minute later, and then say, yeah, because me and Diddy discussed it. Sir, how you discussing something you don't know nothing about? You are the lead attorney. It's your job to know about it. She asked you blatantly. You can tell me the truth. You know that, right? Like, what are you laughing at? Because she already knows you know something. The interview is not for you to be looking cute in. I'm sorry. Why are you even here, sir? Let's just keep going. Because now the Diddy lawyer don't make me mad. I was already mad before. Now I'm mad
So
for
you
real.
steer him back to what you're facing right now.
Yes, very much so. I'm a one-trick pony.
We know.
I'm a courtroom guy. That's what I do. That's my forum. That's all I know. I'm a registered independent. I'm not political, and so I don't do anything about that.
So going back to the serious nature still of felony convictions, how are you preparing him? Are you telling him, listen, it could be on the higher side, it could be consecutively versus concurrently?
So I tell him what the guidelines are. And the guidelines are about 2 or 3 years. And I tell him, the judge could go above the guidelines. That's rare, but possible. The judge could go below the guidelines. That's less rare in the Southern District of New York, and possible. And the emphasis now is the same as the emphasis on the trial, is just to put the best effort forward to show Judge Subramanian all the reasons why leniency is appropriate, why the violence is in his past, why he's dealing with the violence. And at the end of the day, he wasn't convicted for anything having to do with violence. I mean, the jury affirmatively acquitted him of all of that. So we have to make all of those arguments the right way, the legal way, to the court.
Because this bill was denied, and that's what sort of we're dealing with now, it's less than 60 days before October 3rd, it's still the day. What do you think will happen on sentencing day?
I can't possibly, I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, I think Judge Subramanian's been fair throughout. He'll be fair here. Our fate is in our own hands, I feel. I feel like if we do a good job explaining the situation to our judge, I think we'll get a fair and reasonable sentence. I hope Mr. Combs goes home soon. I think he's paid a tremendous debt for what he's done. He's done things wrong. He was convicted of crimes. And he's done other things wrong. And we were forthcoming, as part of our trial presentation as to all of that. And I think in some ways he's a better person because of it.
What does he tell his children?
I actually don't know. I mean, I know he talks to them a lot. They're very present in his life.
I was going to say, day one, we saw 6 of the 7 children in the courtroom. You said that in your conversations with him, he talks about, wanting to establish that relationship, wanting to get back home. How difficult, I guess, has that been for him, trying to father behind bars, from behind bars?
It's very difficult because 4 of the kids, with him in jail, 4 of the kids have no parents at all. I mean, their mother passed away, and Mr. Combs is in jail. Correct. And I think he feels very, very bad about that. And I think he feels like he really wants to get back so that those kids have a parent, present to be their father, because they don't have a mother at this point, which is, tragic in general, but doubly tragic because, Mr. Combs is in jail.
We not gonna use Kim. Y'all not trying to use Kim, right? Because that's what it's starting to seem like. We're gonna use Kim Porter's death to try to get him out of jail. The reason why I say that is because why are we even talking about Kim? Oh, those kids don't have a parent. Oh, those kids don't have a dot. Because, those kids are, parentless unless he gets out of jail. And he got to come out of jail to take care of his kids. Well, whose fault is that they don't have a parent? Because the word on the curb is, let me not even talk about the word. But that's just the word on the curb. So, why y'all trying to use Kim's death, rest in peace to Kim Porter, y'all are really trying to use Kim's death to try to make it so he get a lighter sentence at his court date come October 3rd. It's a lot of things happening in October. It's weird. There's a lot of court things going on in October. But, yeah. Y'all really trying to use Kim Porter's death as to why he should get out of jail, and really? Because, the streets say So he's the reason why Kim is gone. Allegedly. That's what the streets say. Don't get mad at me because I'm telling y'all what the streets are saying. You understand what I'm saying? So, okay, they don't have a parent because you broke the law, sir. That's the reason why they don't have a parent. Yes, you broke the law. You wasn't thinking about it, Kim, when you was breaking the law, was you? But now, all of a sudden, we gonna use poor old Kim to try to get Diddy Bop off. It's crazy. It's just crazy. Again, his lawyer don't know nothing. He don't miss the girls' graduation. That was a big part of their life right there. They didn't graduate from like an elementary school, junior high school. They graduated from college. I mean, not college. They graduated from high school, supposed to be going to college, and word on the curb is they trying to not even go there, child. But yeah. So I don't understand why we all of a sudden want to use Kim to try to get out of jail. Why are we doing that? Why y'all using her good name? You know why? Because at least that part is true. They don't have a parent. If he goes to jail, they don't have no parents. That is true. But who fault is that though? Who fault is that of anybody's? Ain't that Diddy Bop fault? That ain't our fault. Now we supposed to feel sorry for you because Kim is gone. Kim been gone for a little while now. God, like I said, God bless her soul. God bless her soul. I find it strange when she started talking about a book. You know, she got going, but we're not going to talk about that. Right? No, let's not. But it's the truth. So now we're going to use Kim to get him out of jail and make the judge feel for him and pull on his heartstrings because Diddy Bop broke the law. You know, in the updated article, I think in the Rolling Stone, Diddy has said that he's going to be the advocate and he wants to teach abusers anything. Like, you being an advocate for who? Here's the thing, when all of this came out was when the Cassie tape dropped, right? He said it wasn't him, he didn't do it, blah, blah, blah. You understand? Before the Cassie tape even dropped, he said it wasn't him, he didn't do it, X, Y, and Z. Then boom, the Cassie tape dropped, and we seen it was him. He wasn't all of that remorseful about the whole situation. He wasn't all that remorseful about that. So he only became remorseful when he realized, oh, they didn't. First of all, Diddy knew that they was investigating him. What Diddy problem thinks that he's above the law, and that's the problem with the judge. The judge is feeling some type of way. Y'all got the judge feeling some type of way because it's like why does man feel like he's better than the law? And you know judges and how seriously they take the law. They don't have time for y'all BS. They don't. They don't have time for the BS. Because my thing is with Diddy Bop, they've been investigating you for a long time, Diddy Bop. And when they came to get you from that Manhattan hotel, Diddy Bop, you had still arranged. Here's the thing. The investigation was well underway then. You still was trying to go on with a freak off. When they arrested you, you was getting ready for a freak off. That's what him was doing. Him was getting ready for a freak off. So why all of a sudden you feel like we should feel bad for... Here's the thing. No, they don't have a mother. We understand that. You should have understood to keep your nose squeaky clean though. And you didn't do that for those kids. You know what you got out here and did? You kept going on with all the freak offs. You kept going on like you was above the law. You kept going on like everything was everything. And I'm really trying to figure out how you thought that you was above the law when they was already investigating you. You knew that. And you was in your hotel room getting ready for a freak off. So my thing is, why you didn't take the straight and narrow route when once Kim passed? See, this is what I don't like. Because Puffy had enough ample time to be a stand-up dude and not do X, Y, and Z and not do this and not do that and to solve his problems way before it got to this. But because of his cockiness and all of the things that he got going on mentally, he felt like he was good. I don't know how, but he did. He felt like he was good. I don't have to answer to nobody. I'm Puff Daddy. But then once the liquor company started doing all of the things, and then the Ciroc of it all started doing all of the things, and they brought you down a couple of notches, and you spoke about Trump bad in two different interviews. One being with Charlemagne the God. Oh, we shouldn't vote for Trump. Trump needs to be eradicated. Trump needs to this. Trump needs to that. But and yet you want this man to turn around and give you a pardon after you spoke about him so nasty in the public eye. Now you want this same man that's president now to turn around and give you a pardon. I'm going to need you to make it make sense. Maybe you and Gina do need to be together. Jail by jail, side by side. Because both of y'all are slow. Both of y'all. Lock everybody up. Throw away the key. Yes. They are basically adults. They are basically adults. The twins, they stay with Kimura. Their godmother. She got them. The only one that's not an adult is Baby Love. And she has a mother. So why y'all trying to sit up there and try to play us like, oh, they don't have a mother? No, they don't. And some people may say you the reason why. Allegedly. But Baby Love has a mother. Baby Love is the only one not out here talking, walking, and chewing. Well, she might be walking now. But she's the only one that can't form a whole sentence. Her baby. That Baby Love. She has a mother, though. Those kids are old enough to take care of each other. They still have their grandmother who's here. So don't try to make it seem like their grandmother's not active in their lives. They have relatives in their lives that can hold them down while this man go do these 10 years. Because, yeah, I don't have nobody whispering in my ear at the courthouse right now. It's just my opinion that he might get these 10 years. I don't believe he's coming out with time served. I don't. So I don't know what his lawyer's talking about.
A number of friends and family, I understand, have submitted letters. Were those was that for the bail hearing? Was that for the sentencing?
So it's for the sentencing.
And what are we to make of someone who accused Combs of domestic violence 5 years ago in a podcast, who then wrote a letter saying he's a good person, and today I believe doubled down on an Instagram post saying, why can't people accept that you can forgive people and move on? For those who will look at a letter from someone who was supposed to be victim number 3 in this case and go, she must have been paid, or the attorney clearly wrote that letter. What do you say to that?
She wasn't paid and the attorney didn't write it. I mean, I know she has a lawyer. I don't know between her and her lawyer how that letter was made, but I have every reason to believe that those are her genuine sentiments. And if her lawyer helped her write it, that sometimes happens. I think she's exactly right, and I think she would know. And I don't think she's here to just do him favors. I think this is how she genuinely feels. And I thought that her letter was very balanced. I think she said, was their relationship perfect? It wasn't perfect. I mean, she led with that. And she said, but he always tried to do better. She saw him as a father and a loving figure. And I think this is all about redemption. I mean, I was raised Catholic, and I believe in redemption. And I think this is a story of redemption. And I think that's what he wants. He's religious as well. He was raised Catholic and Baptist. He went to Catholic high school. He went to Catholic church every Sunday. He went to Baptist church as well because of his grandmother. And I think he is telling a story of redemption. I think the Sean Combs story is a story of redemption. and how important redemption is. And
Sir, sir. If Puffy was trying to redeem himself, sir, he would have put himself in counseling way before he even got in jail. A person that's trying to redeem themselves, take accountability for what they did, and they put themselves through counseling. They don't have to wait for no judge to bang no gavel and say you need to go to counseling. Or they don't have to wait till they get behind bars and say, you know what? To make myself look good, I'm going to go to counseling now. He should have been in counseling. He should have been redeemed himself. But, like I said again, your client was out here doing freak offs when he got locked up, sir. So how much redemption does he have in his system now, all of a sudden, now that he's locked up, sir? Are you shitting me? No, I'm just going to ask a question because he's trying to redeem himself after the fact. After the judge don't said he's not getting out early. After everything has went down with the trial. Afterwards. Now he has redemption. Now all of a sudden he wants to take accountability. Now all of a sudden he realizes he's not the man he thought he was. He wasn't. You thought that you was going to get out and you thought you was going to be all of the things and take that. Just like you think you're going to be in Madison Square Garden one day, and maybe you will. It's just not going to be within the next couple of years, sir. You're not going to be in no Madison Square Garden. No, we're not worried about Madison Square Garden. We're worried about the now and the then. How you going to go tell somebody on the interview that your client is worried about being in Madison Square Garden and then say on the other end, oh, this is about redemption. And yes, maybe it is about redemption. Maybe he did change a little bit. But you really think that he changed so much to the point where he should be out of jail right now? Puffy did not learn no lessons, y'all. He didn't learn no, not to me. He's still walking around here thinking he's the man. He's still acting like he's going to be able to get out of jail. He still acts like he's, that guy. And you're not. The judge keeps showing that you're not, and you keep acting like you are. You're not the man that you think you are. You're not. You thought you was up here with them. Let me tell y'all something. They will show you that you are not up there with them every time you think you up there with them. You cannot do what they do. Let me say it again. You cannot do what you think that they do. Meaning, you can't have the young girls and you can't do all of the things that they do, sir. And why would you want a young girl? Why? Because y'all nasty. Y'all nasty. Y'all nasty. Y'all want somebody to look like y'all daughters and stuff. Y'all nasty. Y'all nasty. I remember one president said, if she wasn't my daughter, I would mess with her. And we all know who said that. He's there in the White House right now. And I believe him. Because I watched The Apprentice. And when his daughter was up there, that's why I believe when he said what he said about his daughter. I believe him. If his daughter wasn't his daughter, he would be, yeah, I believe that. Because he likes young girls that look just like that. Allegedly. But don't come for me and what I say. Do what you got to do as a president. He's in the White House painting walls gold and setting up patios and doing ballrooms on the White House, And he's making improvements to the White House, and because Trump thinks he's going to be there forever. You do know that, right? So he's setting it up like he's going to be there forever. He wants to be the last president in office. He really thinks he's getting to run for a third term. Presidents don't never run for a third term. But Trump is trying to run for a third term. And with Trump trying to do all of the things, you really think he's fitting a part in you? I'm not bullheaded. You see how you need attention? You just like his lawyers. You get in here and you say stupid shit. I'm not bullheaded. I have here I don't want my hair to get caught up with the glue. I'm working. You on my live. You should go to work. Anyway, let's continue.
Redemption as a function of character, both for the person who's asking for the redemption and for the people who we are asking to redeem that person. And I don't think it's a great gesture of character to carry anger. I think that's what Gina's follow-up is saying. I think it's a great gesture of character if someone really deserves redemption to let them achieve that. And that's really the Combs story right now, is one of redemption.
I want to go back to that last day in court for you, giving your closing argument, 4.5 hours. I heard in another interview that you had something ready and then you weren't comfortable with it. You went on a walk and you just came with what you said is, tell me a story.
Right.
Wanting to connect with the jury, which you believe, you had the shared experience with. Some criticize, what you had to say and how you said it. I remember doing an Instagram post myself where you talked about, the Astroglide is off the streets, and you said it in a way that was kind of mocking the fact that a lot went into raiding someone's home, and this is what they found. When you look back at that, explain to us, to the viewers, why you felt it was so important to not necessarily have everything written down, not stay behind the podium, but to use your hands to move back and forth. Again, there were no cameras in the courtroom, so we are the eyes and ears for the public, but what went into that, how you were feeling, to be up there for 4.5 hours?
Restaurant quality meals. And
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. 4.5 hours is a long time to talk to a jury. That is a long time. That I'm not gonna even stay up here for I'm not trying to stay up here for another half hour. I'm not gonna even lie to y'all. I'm just trying to figure out why Diddy. I just wanted to put that out there. Like, why does Diddy feel like he's coming home so soon? Why? It's like they got some type of intel or something. I don't know what it's just feeling really weird to me. It really is, y'all. That's the only reason why I wanted to come to y'all with it. It doesn't feel weird to y'all that his lawyers is like, yeah, well, Diddy's gonna be home at like, how do you know? How do you know? And I'm gonna tell you this. Come October the 3rd, if Diddy gets out of jail, let's just say he gets out of jail, y'all. Let's just say he gets out of jail. Let's just put it on the table. Let's just say Diddy gets out of jail. Media, the internet, is going to be in a frenzy if Diddy gets out of jail. Diddy is going to be in a frenzy. And I'm going to tell you why. Because it's like, how is he getting out of jail when I don't understand? Like, how is he getting out of jail? You understand? I'm just saying. Diddy getting out of jail is slim to none. But if he does have that, if he does get out of jail, y'all, that'll be something different. I'm trying to look for something. Yeah, but I don't think he's getting out of jail. I mean, you know who I want to hear from? The lawyer that quit. I want to hear from that lawyer. Remember, y'all, the lawyer that quit? The lawyer that quit was a black attorney. And at one point, he was the lead attorney or whatever. And, you know, but he was on that team. I don't know if he was ever the lead, but he was on that team. And my thing is, he quit for a reason. He quit for a reason. He quit for a reason. I want to know what he knows. I want to know what he knows. Because he knows something. For him to up and just quit, and here's the thing. We don't know why he quit to this day. He has not came out and did an interview. He's very, very quiet, y'all. He's very quiet. That's that's why I don't understand why these lawyers is coming out and saying anything, because the other lawyers are quiet. I don't get why his lawyers is out here going and doing interviews when his lawyers, one of the lawyers quit and didn't do an interview with nobody. Didn't do an interview with nobody. That lawyer is as quiet as they come. So I don't get it. I don't get why his lawyers is out here doing interviews. I don't get it. I don't get why she gets to come out here and do, why they get to come out and do interviews, and I don't get it.
Joe, not at all.
White men like Trump need to be banished.
If you're Donald Trump, why, if you reread those comments, should you contemplate a potential pardon?
We went to them with questions and they refused to answer. That is very strange.
What we have here is just a black female Alex Jones. I mean, that's really what she is. Bomb thrower. Let's like conspiracy theory. First of all, she should not be pardoned whatsoever. There would be no Epstein without Ghislaine Maxwell.
Of course she wants to get out of prison. That's exactly why she would ever meet with prosecutors. Sit her down, let her spew.
And that's a whole,
has again been denied bail as he awaits sentencing.
and that's a whole nother story.
Thank you for having me. How are you?
Now this is the other lawyer.
Oh, very good. I just wondered
The
where you
female
think
lawyer.
you are in terms of what is going to happen in October with the sentencing. Because obviously, potentially, Sean Diddy Combs could face a significant period of time in prison. Are you anticipating that, or are you anticipating a more lenient sentence, or are you anticipating that President Trump may still intervene and issue a full pardon?
Well, we anticipate that on October 3rd, hopefully he'll be coming home.
But in terms of he wouldn't get a prison sentence at all?
We do not think that he should spend another day in jail. Not at all.
But he has been convicted of crimes. People will say, well, why shouldn't he go to jail?
Well, I think that the Mann Act was not meant to cover this type of behavior, number one, and that I think you'll find out very shortly that there is no one that we've been able to locate or identify, no case where someone is in jail for the same behavior as Mr. Combs. And so that's not fair, and that's not right.
Is that actually right, that nobody that you've been able to find has ever been sent to prison for the things that he's been convicted of?
Listen, we've looked long and hard. As you know, the judge sent us on a mission to find cases, and that's due September 1st. But listen, we have not been able to locate a case where anyone is in jail for this type of behavior. And, the DOJ policy manual doesn't even, they say do not prosecute this type of behavior. So, no, we haven't been able to find an individual, not a single one.
In relation to the reports, I saw you on CNN yesterday saying that there had been conversations with the Trump administration. Are you able to say who those conversations were with?
No, I'm not in the weeds on that to that extent. I'm part of the trial team, and right now we're laser focused on preparing for October 3rd.
Right, but it's obviously in the remit of the President of the United States to issue a full pardon should he wish to. He's certainly given some slightly ambiguous statements, President Trump, indicating that it's not something he has completely ruled out. but he did make a point of saying that he was aware that despite their previous friendship, that Sean Combs had said some pretty negative things about Trump. I went and did some research and found what those were. In 2017, when Trump had been president in his first year of his first term, he said to the Daily Beast, to be honest, we don't really give a F about Trump because black people are in the same effed up position. And in October 2020, he told Charlemagne the God, the radio host, that white men like Trump need to be banished, and the number one priority is to get Trump out of office. He said the real way of thinking is real dangerous. This man literally threatened the lives of us and our families about going to vote. We're in a war of love versus hate. The number one priority to get Trump out of office. You know, if you're Donald Trump, why, if you reread those comments, should you contemplate a potential pardon?
Because you want to do what's right and what's fair, and you're not going to let anything cloud those decision making.
Pause. Because Morgan, Piers Morgan is like, first of all, Trump is not supposed to part in people personally that he's personally had dealings with, like Diddy. He's personally partied with him. He's personally been in his space. He's personally been his friend at some point, because even down to Trump said, yeah, we were cool at some point until he started saying the things that he was saying about me. Okay, Trump is really not even supposed to be even thinking about pardoning in Diddy. So this is what the law says. Go look it up. He's not to pardon his friends. So truth be told, I'm gonna keep it all the way real. If Trump is so close, they allegedly saying he was so close to Epstein, and how Ghislaine Maxwell knew Trump before she knew Epstein, then he shouldn't even be pardoning her neither. I don't even understand how these talks get on the table for us to come here and talk to y'all about them. It's like they trying to make it seem like the press is making this up. We're not making these things up. Y'all are telling these people these things. People are just hitting me about orders. Thank God my phone is on. And like, thank God because my phone will be ringing off the hook right now. I'm about to get off and go answer those orders because it's crazy. Here's my thing. I don't understand how they think that Trump is supposed to be pardoning people that he's known on a personal level. He shouldn't be pardoning them. That conversation shouldn't even be on the table. And this lawyer right here, I don't like her. You shouldn't even did an interview. Your interview is worse than the lead attorney's interview. Why are you here? Because she's giving these smug looks. She's like, yeah, like it's like she wants to answer the questions, but she really doesn't. So then why are you even doing interviews, love? Y'all have to go, and it's on Piers Morgan Uncensored. Shout out to Piers Morgan. I don't understand why you are even here. You already know how Piers is going to give it up. He's going to ask the questions. So if you already know him, you shouldn't even be here on his show. Because you're giving these looks and these smug looks like, why are you even asking me this? This is like, girl, either answer the question or get off the show. I think you should just not even be here. But now that you are, right, you're here, answer the questions. It's like she doesn't want to answer the questions, y'all. It's weird. It's very weird.
So, you know.
Look how he look.
Okay, so I would say from your response that you are quite hopeful that he will get pardoned by Donald Trump?
I think being pardoned would be the right thing to do. So, we're hopeful.
It would be an extraordinary thing if he is pardoned. There were many reports, as you know, before the time came for the jury verdict, that he was looking at potentially spending the rest of his life in prison. A lot of the public opinion, I think, was clouded by the horrendous video of him attacking his then girlfriend in a hotel corridor. You have spoken courageously yourself about your own experience with abuse. When you watch that video as a woman, notwithstanding the fact that you've been part of his team, what does that make you feel personally about Sean Diddy Combs in the way that he has been violent towards women?
You know, I know, because I've spent a lot of time speaking with him and I've spent a lot of time with him. I know that he knows that that was wrong. Bottom line, it was wrong. There are no excuses. And I appreciate that he knows that. I feel very confident that nothing similar, anything like that would ever happen again. And I know
ma'am. He asked you how you felt as a woman and being a victim of violence. How did you feel about the tape with Cassie and how he was treating her and beating on her in the video? He asked you that, and it's like, she's trying to adjust herself in the seat. It's like a delay. It's like, girl, he's giving, girl, can you please just answer the question? Like, what? Oh, because I know by speaking with him that he knows that he was wrong. We're not talking about how he feel he was wrong. He asked you how you felt when you seen the tape, being that you are a victim of domestic violence. He didn't ask you how Puffy felt. He asked you how you felt. And this is why I say, especially her, that y'all shouldn't be doing an interview press run right before he gets sentencing. This is really making me nauseous because I'm trying to figure out, is everybody slow, or like, do you not understand how much damage this can be reflected back onto your client? Or do y'all not realize that the judge is not slow? Or do y'all not realize that y'all might be aggravating the judge right before he bangs the gavel on your client? Or like, why are we here? Like, my brain hurts. My brain literally hurts. In a minute, I'm about to get off the live. Because, again, I came here with the question, and I said, what in the Diddy is going on? And it's like, they don't realize how much damage they can be doing to their client by sitting up here and as the black attorney, female, on Diddy's team that did go through some type of domestic violence, right? You have a history. You're going to be asked certain questions like the one Piers Morgan just asked you. And this is why you should not be doing interviews right now. Because you act like you don't want to answer the questions. And yet, you are twiggling in your seat and giving all these smug looks like somebody's trying to yank your tooth out your mouth. Why are you here? And no less on the Piers Morgan show? Who set this up? Because this is not right. What are y'all really trying to do? I feel like these interviews are distractions. That's what it's given. It's given distraction. Y'all should really sit down and let Diddy and tell Diddy to his face that he's not getting a pardon from Trump. It's not happening. Trump don't got Kodak, blackout, and everything. If he wanted to give Diddy a pardon, he been signing off a lot of things, been putting his pen to work before he even got sworn in. I'm quite sure he would have pardoned Diddy a long time ago, if that's what he really wanted to do. Trump has been doing whatever he's been wanting to do all this time, and I don't think the Diddy card is coming up for him. Oh, I should pardon Diddy. Let me sign my John Hancock to that. I don't think so. So I come to you with saying Diddy is not getting a pardon. I said it 2 weeks ago in the park, and I'm saying it now. And now I'm trying to figure out why your lawyers, is coming to us with Madison Square Garden concerts and, oh, he might get a pardon, and, oh, we don't know about a pardon. One don't know about a pardon. One is talking pardon talk. Like, I'm confused. Won't y'all tell y'all client to relax, sit back and relax, do your time peacefully, and we'll keep you updated with all the things that's going on. If there's a pardon on the table, we'll try to get it done behind the scenes. But not on your life do we, as the lawyers, come out and do interviews with people. Let's see what else Piers Morgan is going to ask her, and then I'm going to close out this live because now I'm getting disgusted.
That it did not take him being arrested. It did not take him being indicted. It didn't take the tape coming out for him to immediately know that he was wrong, immediately be remorseful, and immediately know that he needed some help. And so this is why I say they should not be doing interviews. The tape comes out. He acts like he's apologizing to Cassie. Why didn't he go into some type of treatment then? Why? Because it took them a while afterwards to arrest him. It was a thing. If he knew he was wrong and he felt like he was wrong and he wanted to redeem himself, why didn't he put himself in some type of anonymous meeting group situation? Why didn't he go to rehab immediately? Why didn't he put himself in some type of treatment center for abusive people? Why didn't he come out advocating and saying, I'm an abuser and I'm sorry? Why didn't he do that if he felt like he was wrong from Jump Street? Because he didn't feel like he was wrong. He did not feel like, your client did not feel like he was wrong until the public told him you were wrong. If he knew he was wrong, but he didn't feel like he was sorry. He wasn't sorry. He wasn't sorry. He wasn't trying to get redemption. He was still going out here being Diddy Bop, Diddy. He was out here getting the keys to the city and all of those things. Another thing that Mayor Adams did that shouldn't be done. But anywho. Well, all the way back then in 2016, right after that situation, Mr. Combs checked himself in and he started getting help. And so that's what I know. And
where? What treatment center? I don't remember that in none of the interviews that he's told since 2016 to now. No. I don't remember him talking about how he was an abuser and how he did Cassie. No. He should have sat down with somebody and talked about his life with Cassie and how he did her wrong and things of that nature. So when the tape came out, because we would have already knew about it, but he didn't do that. Because we didn't even know he was part of no treatment center or anything. What are you talking about? Where did he go? What is the name of the treatment facility that he went to? I just want to know. Listen, I just want to know, y'all. I just want to know. I want to know, where did he go? What treatment facility? What's it named? What city is it in? Where is it at? We know where he's at now. It's funny how we know where he's at now, and we didn't even know he was in a treatment center years ago. Alexa, when did P. Diddy get the Icon Award on the BET Awards?
Here are a few movies playing near New York City today.
Ain't nobody asked her about no movie. This is why sometimes she needs to stop.
Jurassic World, Rebirth.
Alexa, stop. Nobody asked you about no Jurassic World. Alexa, when did P. Diddy get the Icon Award?
Here are a few movies playing near New York City.
They don't even want to answer about Diddy. She don't even want to answer Diddy questions. The Alexa don't even want to answer Diddy questions. But yet the lawyers are getting up on the interviews answering Diddy questions. Alexa.
I'm not quite sure how to help you.
Alexa, when did Diddy get the Icon Award? Alexa, when did Diddy get the Icon Award?
Here are a few movies playing near New York City.
This is what I'm saying. Alexa doesn't even want to answer the questions. Okay? But yet you got your lawyers up here trying to answer questions. And I do mean try, because it's like a struggle. They don't even know what to say.
I'm happy that he started getting help and that he knew that and that he's continued to get help. And that's what I know, and that's what I appreciate, that he was not sober. He was not sober then, and he has made a decision for himself to get his life together, and he's been doing that, and that's how, that's what I know, and that's how I feel about it.
A lot of people have painted a pretty dark picture of what he was like in that period.
Wait a minute.
That he was.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. And this is when I'm going to end the live right now, because she already buried him. She buried him a couple of times, and it's a little Piers Morgan situation. When they caught him coming out of, or going into his hotel room in New York City, when they went and searched the room, that was just last year, right? We was in 2024 when that happened, right? Didn't they find the pink powder in his room? Let me say it again. She said that Diddy is in rehab facilities and he wasn't sober then, but he's sober now. Yeah, he's sober now because he's locked up. But when he got locked up, didn't they find drugs in his room? Pink powder substances and all of the things? So, when did he get into this facility? When did he go to rehab, ma'am? Ma'am. Diddy didn't go to no rehab facility, ma'am. He's only going there now because the courts are like, it looks good on his records right now, ma'am. That man was not in no type of rehab facility, ma'am. Because if he was in a rehab facility, ma'am, he wouldn't even been in his hotel room. If he was in rehab, he would have been in the rehab facility, right? What you was going to say, he's an outpatient of the rehab facility? We're going to say he's an outpatient? He's an outpatient, right? He's an outpatient in the rehab facility. He's an outpatient. Okay. But then, ma'am, even if you can say you can argue that argument that he was a patient in the rehab center and he was an outpatient and he was in treatment at the same time. Okay, but then he was still doing the powder substance in his room. So how was he? How was he then? Again, I'm more confused from when I first came up here and asked y'all what in the Diddy is going on. I really do feel like in closing now, because I don't even want to hear nothing from this lawyer right here. Okay, the first lawyer, the lead lawyer, made more sense than she did, and she's been abused, and she's on Diddy's team of lawyers. So I'm the my brain is just spinning, spinning. I really do feel like Diddy's lawyers need to sit down. I feel like they need to not say nothing else. Don't say nothing else about Diddy. Don't do no more interviews about Diddy. Don't make a comment on social media. Don't do none of that. Tell Gina to shut up. That's what y'all need to do, because Gina's not making it no better for him neither. She out here, 1 minute she doing interviews with Tasha K, then now all of she's supposed to be on the stand, then she never took the stand, she's not in jail for not taking the stand, all type of things is happening. We just need that whole Diddy side to this hush. Throw away the key. Lock it up. Don't do no more interviews, because y'all not making it no better for y'all client. And that's all I'm going to say about the whole Diddy thing. I came on here more confused, and I'm leaving here more confused than when I first came up here. My name is Eve DeWeave. Please like, share, and subscribe. Y'all can go look at the rest of the Piers Morgan interview with one of the lawyers, the female lawyer. Y'all can go look at CBS and go look at the leading lawyers full interview. They are all on YouTube. I gotta go YouTube. Today is Sunday. We getting these orders done later.